The United States government is proud to stand by our Philippine friends, partners, and allies in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. So far, total U.S. government COVID-19 assistance to the Philippines amounts to approximately 1 billion pesos. This assistance is being provided through the U.S. Department of Defense, the United States Agency for International Development, and the U.S. Department of State.
The U.S. Department of Defense has delivered over 10 million pesos worth of personal protective equipment, or PPE, and medical supplies to hospitals across the Philippines.
We are working with the Philippine Department of Health to deliver assistance to medical clinics from Luzon to Mindanao. The equipment so far has been distributed to 14 medical clinics, hospitals, and local health offices in Palawan, Isabela, Tarlac, Laguna, Bataan, Bulacan, Sulu, Zamboanga del Sur, Maguindanao, and Basilan. The supplies include disposable gloves, masks, medical clothing, various types of face protection, and tools such as infrared thermometers. This will support frontline workers battling COVID-19. We also provided more than 1,100 cots to the Office of Civil Defense to aid COVID-19 patients and 150 cots to support patients and frontline Department of Health medical professionals at the Philippine General Hospital who are providing critical diagnosis, treatment, and care.
The United States Agency for International Development continues to support the Philippines during the pandemic.
Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, the United States Agency for International Development has made significant new investments to support the Philippines people and government at all levels. In addition, USAID's ongoing development programs, valued at more than 5 billion pesos per year across the health, economic development, education, governance, and environment sectors, are helping address the impacts of the virus.
USAID has been supporting the Philippine Department of Health to boost its testing capacity. To achieve this, USAID partnered with international organizations to upgrade laboratories and expand specimen transport systems across the Philippines.
The support from the Philippine government through the OST and partners including USAID has enabled the University of San Agustin and our Center for Chemical Biology and Biotechnology to help build capacity for COVID-19 testing in Western Visayas.
USAID is also helping prevent the spread of COVID-19 by supporting stronger health services delivery and widespread training programs at the local government, barangay, and household levels.
We do this both online through webinars or face-to-face, but observing the proper infection prevention and control and social distancing. We are providing health workers training on infection prevention and control, healthcare waste management, risk communication, among others. These are really very important training so that they can also protect themselves while treating and managing patients.
USAID is expanding community access to water, sanitation and hygiene services, commodities, and information in underserved communities and areas hardest hit by the virus.
This wood-entitled hand-washing station will be installed in the community quarantine facilities and evacuation areas to encourage people to constantly wash their hands to stop the spread of infectious disease like COVID-19.
USAID Humanitarian and Recovery Assistance is protecting vulnerable populations in Mindanao displaced by conflict and the recent earthquakes.
Dahil sa tulong na natanggap namin mula sa USAID at BARM Health Project at URC, naging handa kami sa pag-deliver ng mga essential health services sa panahon ng COVID-19.
To help Filipinos who have been forced from their homes by conflict and recent earthquakes in Mindanao, USAID will provide water, distribute hygiene supplies such as soap, and set up hand washing stations, all to stop the spread of COVID-19. In areas where displaced families live in crowded conditions, USAID will help improve social distancing and strengthen community outreach to get families the information they need to stop the spread of the virus.
USAID projects also strengthen logistics and transportation networks for medical products, food, and other essential goods. Deliver E has helped local farmers to deliver more than 220,000 kilos of fresh vegetables and fruits to buyers throughout the country. Fish Tiangge is an online seafood marketplace that can connect 6,000 Filipino fisherfolk with more than 300,000 household buyers.
Nadungagan ang akong mga customer. Sa inyong Facebook page yun na nationwide halos tanang dumagetin news makakita, makabalo.
In partnership with the Philippine Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, USAID formally launched the Relief Agad web application to facilitate the rapid distribution of Philippine government financial assistance to Filipinos affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Using their smartphones, Social Amelioration Program, or SAP beneficiaries can now register their social amelioration cards in the Relief Agad system through its website.
So USAID will assist SMEs in economic recovery through facilitating access to finance and also small grants to provide training for business operations. And part of that will be assisting the businesses in figuring out how to start business again in this new environment, how to protect their employees as well as how to protect their clientele as they engage in economic activity again.
Despite the challenges posed by COVID-19, USAID continues to advance basic education, higher education, and workforce development in the Philippines.
In higher education, USAID supports universities to strengthen their science, technology, and innovation capacity. And this has enabled them to address local needs in the time of COVID. Some of USAID's partners have produced ethanol-based disinfectants to protect their communities. And we've also had other partner universities train medical technologists in the rigorous COVID-19 test technology and protocols.
The Mariano Marcos State University is grateful to our partners, especially the USAID. With their support, we developed village-scale bioethanol production technologies that enable us to participate in the renewable energy programs of the government and supply ethanol-based disinfectant for our frontliners and community stakeholders at this time of crisis.
I would like to applaud and thank all of the Filipino frontline responders, as well as our Philippine government and LGU partners, for their hard work and sacrifices to fight the pandemic. Together, we will overcome these challenging times. Ingat po tayong lahat.